You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano, and it is Saturday, July 15th, 2023. How you guys doing? And we're back to the normal start time of 7 p.m. Eastern. That's right. No more 8, not even going to 9. We're going to keep it here at 7 p.m. Eastern. The experiment has ended. So welcome to Saturday night. I know, I wasn't going to do it. And I don't know. What else am I doing? No, really. Busy day today. And I want to apologize for last night's show. I don't know what happened. Like halfway through, I just lost all feeling of what was happening. It was like 2 shows in one. But, yeah, it just got really weird at the end. But anyway, such is life. And we always talk about it. Like, what are the aliens doing? What do they want? Right? And we've been hearing it from abductees and people with experiences the last 75 decades. Everybody, yeah, I know it's years, but I'm just saying. But everybody knows that the message is what? Everybody knows what the message is from the aliens. It hasn't changed. And neither have we, as far as I could tell. The message is you're going to ruin your civilization with your technology. Your technology is going to be your downfall. Right? That's what the kids heard at the schoolyard and all, wherever that was, and other people and abductees and Betty and Barney and you name it. All those people without proof said it. Gonna harm the planet. Now, there's some valid messages that were given over this time. And I really like the not high school, but the kids, because they all seem to be telling the truth, and it's happened a few times, and I don't think they would make it up. And that would be very interesting to know. Like, how? are we going to ruin the planet? Mind you, this was after we dropped the 2 big ones on Japan over there, right? So we've already done that. It's not like they were warning us not to drop the bomb. We already did. We already did. So I want to go through the different parts of the paranormal genre and people's claims to what the spirits, the demons, what messages are coming through. Maybe we can connect and make something out of it. But all I know is you got to do it one day at a time with the evidence we got. And all of that evidence is subject to questions. Did they fake it? Did they imagine it? Did they lie? Were they drunk? Were they stoned? Did they take medication? Were they tripping? No, 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 no. No. Normal, lucid, visually sound, psychologically capable of understanding their reality, the surroundings around them, to understand whether they were dreaming, having an alien abduction, or hallucinating. Let's do a little bit of roll call. Welcome to the show tonight. Who's this gal? Who's this Jeanette? The $5 super, £5 super dono. It's all love from Jeanette. Can you feel it? Huh? I feel it. I do. I don't think you know. But I can feel it calling on Saturday night. Oh yeah, the angel of Goofon. Mucho gusto, generoso. A continuing supporter of Goofon, Jeanette. Thanks, Jeanette. Appreciate it. As always. Yeah. Huh? And last night, I wanted to thank, because I didn't know they came in. But this one came in from Jeanette. That was today. $12.56. Holy mackerel, on PayPal. Thank you super duper much. Holy shnikey. And also last night, David Wilcox threw down $20 on PayPal. I don't know if he's here. And he wrote a message, says, if history is written by the victors. Oh, I did read this. Yeah, I did. Then what are we to believe? Because then that's when I said, oh, anytime there's another civilization that comes in that's more advanced, they always destroy the history of the previous civilization before them, right? Thank you, David. All right, so we are caught up on that. And you can help support Goofon the same way. Super chat, super sticker, PayPal preferred, or Cash App. All the links are in the show description. If you want to keep the #1 ufology show that tells it like it is every single day, except for sometimes on the weekends. It's up to you. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate it. I did. Yeah, David. I did. I just hate forgetting. All right. And hello and welcome to the show, David. And Zach Diecast Montu, Diane Boss, the boss. F.A.P. FAP. What do you say, Eddie B? Samo Goofonian Rockstar. Welcome to the show. Hey, Don Mofo, how are you? Good to see you. AVFC 666. Welcome to the show. Wilcox Conundrum. Welcome to the show. Tim Freestone made it. How you doing, Tim? Good. Alfie Joe Bob. Sven. Welcome to the show. Nathan from the Quantum Show. Nathan, when you gotta go. Nathan! Renee cruising. No, I will not. Oh, by the way, I haven't used the bong since February. It's a, it's this guy. It's a Grogu bong. Yeah. All right. If I didn't say your name, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It means we got a lot of show to do. Kevin, whoops, welcome to the show. Paul Faust. Ben, the Yorkshire Guffonian. How do you say? What do you be? I know. Buddy Choo Choo? We do you, bro. How are you? Nice to see you. Welcome to Goof On. First timer, obviously, yeah. Hey, Solar Marshall, what do you say? How do you be there, matey? Hollywood, how could you treat me this way? Ben, the Yorkshire Guffonian, throwing down a 2-pound, 2 quid super dono right at the beginning of the show. That's just pure love for the new people here. A dono is a donation with no message or sticker. It's a dono. Thank you. It's pure love is what we say here at Goof On. Buddy Choo Choo. Mark, Mark. Thanks, Ben. And also Nathan again. $3.33 on the PayPal. Just like yesterday or the day before. Thank you, my man. I know, we need to have a chit-chat eventually. It's been a minute. 2 months, 3 days. Who's counting? I know, because you know why I know how long it was since we talked? Since we hung out. It was May 6th, I believe. And I left the hospital on the 10th. And I have the pictures, and they always show up on my TV for the rotating pictures, screensavers. It's funny. Thank you very much, man. You didn't have to do that again. Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for the support, because we are supported by you. I don't know what else I was going to say. And then Ben throws down $4.20 on PayPal. You didn't have to do it. You just did it. Thank you very much. Oh, wait, it's a different Ben. It's a different Ben. Is this the same Ben? Well, I thought it was the same. Well, thank you, Ben D. Ben D. Last name starts with a D. I don't want to ruin it. I'm confused. Thank you very much for the $4.20. I thought it was you. Of course you remember that. Hey, Mr. Catfish, 2100. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Look at all the people coming in on a Saturday. Stephen Karn, how you doing, bro? Thank you, Sven. If you guys knew me, you wouldn't love me. Kona Ryder, how you doing? You would kill me. You would kill me. Yeah, you would want to kill me. Nah, I don't know. Everybody hates me. Thank you very much, everybody. Stephen Mason throwing down 2 pound, 2 quid right at the beginning of the show, showing some love with a super dono. That's right, no message, no sticker, just pure love. It's the way we like it. I like it all the way. I like it every way. Easy, come on, keep your minds out of the gutter, in the gutter. I like it in the gutter, but not right now. Mucho gusto generoso, Mr. Mason. Stephen M. throwing it down. Thanks, brother. Continuing supporter of Goof On. So is this guy. Who's this? Oh. It is Hungry Dragon. $11.11. Madonna mio. Hungry D in the house too. With a Saturday wish upon a star. That is really sweet. Thank you very much. Mucho gusto. A continuing supporter of Generoso of Goof On. Thank you, everybody. My goodness. The love is strong. The love is strong for Goof On. Why? I don't do anything. Am I not the most cynical person in ufology, or am I just saying what needs to be said? I don't even think it's that. You know what I think? I think you guys have a great time hanging out. We have a great chat room here. We've got the best moderators. We've got the greatest flow of conversation I've seen. You guys, for the most part, keep it relevant to what's been going on. And I know it's hard to keep up because I jump around a lot. So when I see your guys' conversations, I'm proud of that. I'm proud of what you guys do in there. I rarely read them, but when I do, I'm impressed. I have to say, sometimes I wonder, whose chat room is this? These guys are saying shit I wish I thought of. So thank you for that. Thank you for giving that chat room a spark of IQ-ness. See? Dorothy throwing down some love as well with the $5 super dono. Thank you, Dorothy. Dorothy Hawkins, a good friend, a continuing supporter of GoofOn. She was going to move to GoofonVille, USA, but nobody knows where it is. It's in an undisclosed location right now. GoofOn has a different venue. Thanks, Dorothy. Continuing supporting the show. And it was you. Okay, Bendit. All right. Thank you again to respond with a £2, 2 quid super chat. All right. You could have just wrote it in all caps. What's up, Glenn Collins? Thank you, Ben, the Yorkshire Graphonian, throwing down 2 more for his reply. Mystic even throwing down, I don't know what denomination that is, but I'll just say $2. It's a $2 super dono. That's pure love right there. My heart's going to explode. I don't deserve it. What am I doing to deserve all this love? I swear. That's why I work on my hair for 3 hours. And then I put a lid on it. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Mystic. Mucho gusto generoso? I thought so. Thank you. Hey, that UFO chick is here. How you doing? Good to see you. Glenn Collins. All things great. All things good, I know. Mike Johnson. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Joy 11. How you doing? Joy 11. All right, let's get started. Brookies. How you doing? It's the weekend. We take a little longer with the intro, super chat, super things. Den Bob made it. How you doing? All right. I don't know, man. I feel better than I did yesterday. More energy. Yeah, that second half of yesterday's show, I just hit a wall. It was weird. Oh, I left my ghost in the other room. So that's okay. I'm going to play something here real quick, and I'll go grab it. All right. So tonight's question of the night is, what's the message? Is there a message? And if there is a message, are they all the same? Do they all mean something? Do all messages lead to Rome? Is there something that, because a lot of people think aliens and ghosts may be the same exact energy form from the same place, the same entity, intelligence, or whatever, right? Some people think that. I've thought it. I think, well, that makes sense to me. Using the bodies, the images of deceased relatives to communicate with us is less scary than seeing a big-eyed reptilian. Right? Food for thought on that one, kids, because that just probably isn't true, right? Because, it isn't. We all know it's not. Because if that was the case, we wouldn't have... what happens when they just keep showing up at the same time, at midnight every night? Residual. We have residual hauntings. So but is there a message in that? Unless the residual haunting is going, hey, turn left and then it disappears, maybe it's doing sign language, but that has never happened. So I would automatically remove residual, is it residual? Hauntings from this experiment, from this thought process. Gone. EVPs. We accept those, right? I'm not talking of, I don't know. Spirit boxes to me, this is just me. I'm just saying, it can't be used. Not in my world. I'll never use a spirit box again. Those things are bullshit. Unless you have a modified one But even then, you're picking up signals from anywhere USA, anywhere in the world can sneak in a signal. Satellites can even somehow sneak in. I don't like it. So the only EVPs I accept are the ones that are imprinted on Hi-8, DV, any type of recording device. Okay? Now, what do we get when we get EVPs? Do we get a repeating message? Like if I'm at Lemp Manor and somebody's over at Wrigley Mansion, are they getting the same messages across the globe, 6,000 miles away? The answer is never. That's never happened. So each individual place that has a haunting is completely different from any other. I think you would agree on that, right? Because nobody's getting a message at Lemp Manor or Mansion, whatever, and the same thing isn't happening over at Bob Moore's, So there has never been a corroborating message being delivered from the dead to the living as a universal thing. It's always specific to that location. So the messages that usually come in are things that have nothing to do with anything. Hello, help us, save us, you must leave, Kill Bill. Nothing that says October 3rd, 2012, end of days, run. What's the message? Are they aliens disguised as ghosts? So far, no. So far, no, in what we've talked about. Okay, so let's move on. Mirrors. People look into mirrors and think that mirrors can capture the soul or souls or are a doorway to another dimension, possibly the afterworld, afterlife, death. Who knows? Who cares? Grow up. There's no such thing as a two-way mirror in the, from one universe to the other. It just doesn't happen. I'm not saying there isn't a mechanism somewhere that may have been found and we don't know about that could exist. But so far, what messages have come from mirrors? Ouija boards. Let's go. It's all specific, the mirrors. Whoever's looking into it, that's who the message is for. It's never a global thing. Look, to me, it's looking like aliens and ghosts aren't the same thing so far, right? All right, so let's keep moving on. Maybe it'll change. So let's move on. All right, let's say you're sleeping. Oh, this is what I've been waiting for. This is the best part of any paranormal, ufological investigation research is when you're sleeping, because that's when shit happens. Why does it happen? More when you're sleeping than any other time. Because you're vulnerable. I like your style, maybe. Maybe. Because you can't move. Maybe. Because the aliens feel safe because you can't move. If it's aliens, yeah. Anybody else want to take a guess? Right? Because all those answers are right. Sleep paralysis? Thank you. I appreciate you. Lucid dreaming? That's another one. That's a good one. I'm a lucid dreamer. That's good. Sleepwalking? Shut up. Now you're reaching. So we've got a couple in there. Sleep paralysis is the big one. That's what everybody's go-to is. You were dreaming. Rapid eye movement. Usually happens about 3 hours into your sleep session. Why? Because that's the way the brain reroutes all the messages and all the data that you accepted during the day. It's where your brain sends out hormones throughout your body. Sleep is so important. It helps you grow. It repairs muscle tissue. It repairs everything. That's what sleep is for. It's what it is. Without sleep, add a little stress, smoke a little weed, maybe do a little LSD. Sleep paralysis is real. Now, what's the messages coming through to these people who are being abducted, visited, or experiencing aliens? I'll tell you what my message was. I'll be in your head before you wake up. What a message! Thank you, aliens, for freaking me out for the last 30 years of my life. Mucho gusto, asshole. What? Right? I mean, I could act that way and take it to heart and say, oh no, aliens visited me and I know it wasn't a dream, but it had to have been. I have no proof. Yes, there were 3 little grass circles, like crop circles outside. I get it. I know what happened to me, but I have zero proof other than the pictures of the grass circles. But what a story. And other stories that I could just make into a message. So I had another experience. You want to know what it was? It was I talked about it. I think it was a dream where I died and I had a heart attack in my sleep. And as I was going towards the ceiling, right up to my elbows, I stopped. And it was all I could see, if I lifted up, I could look around and it was all gray cloud. And I said, I feel all this love. Oh my God. I turn around, I see my body and the dog and my wife. And I said, I know I'm supposed to love them, but I have no feelings for those things. And then there was no message. I started to reverse. And then I was like 2 inches away from hitting the pillow. It felt like I hit it hard and was jostled into, I guess I was being awoke. The message was, there was no message. But what are the messages people are getting? We're ruining the earth. Everything has to do with the end of days, doesn't it? It's always the same message with these people who get abducted, who say that the aliens are trying to help us, they're trying to modify us. And if that's true, that's just weird. But there was a question that was brought up yesterday when we did our show, our discussion panel. Somebody said, why would the aliens need a treaty? I think it was Ice Cream Shots. Why? Why do we need to have a treaty with the aliens, My answer was, you put it on paper, it's official. It's like a handshake deal. But the aliens don't have to abide by that. Yeah, true. And nor do we. But the aliens could just take us out anytime they want. If we don't abide, don't you see, Rich? It doesn't matter if we sign a contract with the aliens. It doesn't. That's probably why the whole thing is BS. And that there are aliens, probably. But I don't know if they're here. But I don't know if they're even ghosts. I don't think they are. Because when people have these dreams or abductions or experiences of being abducted in the middle of the night, it's when it happens most of the time. Yeah, people are driving sometimes, or they're out on a lake in a canoe. And the Allagash abductions, one of the best abduction stories of all time. Those 4 guys that went out, we'll talk about it sometime. We have in the past. But that, to me, with that Allagash, these 4 guys go out, on a camping trip together. They built this fire that they said in their previous experiences should have roared for 4 to 5 hours, right? And they built this thing and they get in their boat and they take off on the lake just to go fishing. Oh, they see this light in the distance. Wow, Venus, bright. Then they noticed it was moving. Then they noticed it was coming towards them. And then they got scared and started to row back towards the coast with the fire blazing. Next thing you know, they wake up on the coast, laying on the sand and the beach. The fire's almost out. And everybody was dazed. Nobody spoke. And then they all went to their tents and went to sleep. And the next day, they went home, packed up everything, didn't say a word, and left. And then I think something happened years later that triggered a memory. And two of the Allagash were brothers. They were twins. And it was a pretty good story, but that really happened. It really did. And so did many other UFO abductions. Are they government? Are they drugging you? Like, these people fall asleep. You know, while they're driving, they say, oh, I feel the car being lifted. You know? The next thing they know, they're laying on a table. It's like they get taken out. See, I think that has to be some sort of electronic device that they're able to, you know, like they do on Star Trek, and then and they go out. Right? All right. I'm going to get rid of some things. I forgot to clean up my last night's show. It's still up here. All the links and everything I had. Worlds. Oh, yeah, I didn't play that. That would be cool. All right, let me refresh. Hold on. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. And I got to post that. Shit. All right. I'm just looking for a video I want to play. I want to go get my drink. I'm going to show you this then. I think this is a video. This is called a metapod. Have you ever heard of that kind of UFO? Somebody's calling this a metapod type UFO caught on video. Let me pull it up. It's really interesting, to be honest. Oh, is this the video or is it just stills? Oh, there's the video. It's only 13 seconds. That's all I need. And then I'll play this and just so you guys have something to do while I'm doing something here to get... I don't know if you'll be able to see it.
Se parece. Sí. Se parece.
Come back. You able to see it? So tiny, right? I'm sorry. Yeah, that sucks. Oh, here we go.
Se parece.
It's a balloon essay. 99 sail off balloons. I see them when I'm in my nude. Yeah, it's nothing. It's nothing. So, Neil deGrasse Tyson said a lot. And I liked what he said. And I wanted to play this piece from Theories of Everything. Here it is. This is the one I was looking for yesterday. Shit. He says the first two words. The reason I'm playing this because it's going to go right into nothing. I have no segue for this. Go.
Of what someone says they saw, I don't count that as science. Not science enough to redirect my career to investigate it as aliens. Let somebody else investigate it for what it is. Is it a threat to us? Is it not? Is it a glitch in the detector? Is it anything else? By all means, check it out.
Now they can't. Nobody knows anything. What have we learned the last 5-6 years? That they were a threat. No messages No patterns that they talked about. No specific locations that these things go to. There's a lot of questions that haven't even been answered. Like, okay, you're seeing these Tic Tacs every day for almost 2 years. Did they go near a specific place over and over and over again? If they did, how many of them went there? How long did they stay there? What were they doing? Did you go over and try to find out? And they went away. They disappeared. Tell us. What did you see? We have zero evidence. All we heard is that they've seen them, and David Fravor was in some sort of dance with one for a minute, according to him, and then it took off. You really don't think that there's anything more to that? If it was aliens, see, the aliens it doesn't make sense. They don't need to be out there doing that. Just hanging out and watching. I mean, they don't need to do it the way they're doing it, if they're doing it. That's why I don't think it's aliens. And besides, I've always heard that we wouldn't understand their technology anyway, or what it would look like. So show it to us. Never happened. No messages came out. No messages. David Fravor didn't see any patterns. None of his, if these whistleblowers that come out bring with them some, I don't think it's going to be them. Shit. Just, I want radar. I'd like to see the radar of these things. I'd like to see if there was any patterns or geometric shapes being formed. That kind of shit. We're never going to see it. And if they saw them every day for almost 2 years, I guarantee it, there's very good video out there. And we still don't know. We don't have a message. Look, let's take this over to Skinwalker Ranch, shall we? And what have those fools been doing over there for the past 6 years as well? Travis Taylor, I've had a dream of an indigenous person, kind of made me feel like it was Jesus. Kind of gave me a headache. Everybody started getting these headaches, right? 3 of these people had headache problems. What a coincidence that they know Gary Nolan, right? And that they can use Gary Nolan's technology to show us how great it is and how a brain separates from the skull when aliens are nearby or skinwalkers or something that we don't explain. Maybe it's demons. God damn it. Isn't that coincidence? They just happen to know Gary Nolan. So stupid. Let's get our friend an episode. Hey, Gary!
Oh, no. I can't do it. Oh, no. TV? Oh, I can do that. Yeah, sure. What do you need me to say? Want me to go on TV? And all of a sudden, he's talking nice.
These guys, the lights, the city, the cigars, the hookahs, the limos, the coke, everything. It's all there for the taking, Nolan. You love it. I know. They think they're going to get that famous. So we're over at Skinwalker. And Travis Taylor has this dream. And what did it mean? Nada. No message for humanity. Right? No message for him. Hey, go into that area over there. Dig 12 feet down. You'll find what you're looking for. Nothing. He made it all up as far as I'm concerned. I don't give a but I do. I think he made it up. Nothing wrong with that. But no messages have come from Skinwalker Ranch. Nothing. I'll take you to another ranch. Gilliland Ranch, where they see the stars, that the objects that look like stars. They're powering up, Martha. And they all do the kumbaya, and they're holding hands, and they're doing the worm and all this other shit. And yet everything's so magically synced up to the iridium flare satellites that happen to be passing by at the exact same time. But no, they look on those. We don't see iridium flare satellites passing over here at 11:11. We don't see that on our app. Sure you don't. What could it be? Oh, gee, I don't know. But no messages have come from, what's the ranch? What did I call it? The Gilliland Ranch. No messages. No, the earth is going to be on fire if you're not careful message. No, you're going to kill each other if you keep having sex before marriage message. None of that stuff. Just be kind to each other. That's all I ever heard. Be kind. Be kind. Okay. What was the message that was given during the CE5? They didn't call them CE5s back then, at Big Rock. Remember Big Rock in California? What was the message that was given to those people from the ALI? There was a message. Same thing. And why is it always protect the earth from your own technology? Why is that? Why? Why do the aliens keep saying it over and over and over, and decade after decade? We keep hearing it. Now, I think there is some truth to it, because the only way, two ways that we will destroy, this planet gets destroyed, either by a natural event or we do it, humans. So you don't really have to really, be a good guesser at figuring out what the aliens might be telling us. It's obvious technology is very destructive. Duh. So when I hear people say that all the way back from the 50s, I'm like, well, either they all feel that way inside about, we got to save the planet, There are all these do-gooders and bootlickers and all that type of shit. Those people. They pay all their taxes. Everything's perfect. I don't want to go against, don't want to make anybody mad. Yeah, you can spy on me. I have nothing to hide. Those type of people. But if they're really here, I don't know what the message is. It's an obvious message. That's why I don't like it. If somebody said, the aliens told me that in about 10 years, there's going to be this company called Glackety Club. And Glackety Club is making this device, and apparently it explodes if it's twisted the wrong way. I don't know, I'm just making something up. But it only happened one time, and they said they fixed the problem, but I heard the problem wasn't fixed. So if they sell millions of these things, it could literally destroy homes. The explosion's the size of a hand grenade. They wouldn't sell anything like that, but that's what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying. Aliens. and ghosts. They're not the same. I don't think they are. I think I just proved that myself, that they're not the same. Let's get a little more serious. I want to change the topic because I think where ufology is heading is dangerously bad. Huh? It's bad. Congress, I love this. Hold on. You know how I like watching Weaponized? Because it's like having an inside view of what's really going on inside Corbell and Knapp's head and what's going on on that side of ufology. Same thing with Liberation Times. That's what article I'm going to read right now comes from. Congress initiates plan to reveal recovered technologies of unknown origin and biological evidence of non-human intelligence, says Senate Leader Chuck Schumer. Ah. Wow. Hold on. I'm sorry. I forgot to put it up on the screen. So here it is. Get it? Get it? In a historic development, this is today. In a historic development relating to unidentified anomalous phenomena, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has tabled legislation creating that will become a review board dedicated to the disclosure of UAP information and materials. Schumer is the most senior member of the Senate to engage in the UAP topic, following in the footsteps of former Senate Leader Harry Reid. Commenting on the legislation, Senator Schumer said, "The American public has the right to learn about technologies of unknown origins, non-human intelligence, and unexplainable phenomena." That's huge, guys. Do you know that? That is huge to hear that from him. The UAP Review Board, comprised of 9 U.S. citizens nominated by the president, will have the authority to assess and advise on the release of UAP information and records. Oh, brother. Additionally, any potential biological evidence indicating non-human intelligences and the craft they operate may be disclosed to the public. Maybe. The review board will have the authority in law equivalent to an independent agency reporting directly to the president. Sources have disclosed to Liberation Times that although fronting the new legislation, Senator Chuck Schumer's staff and others in the Senate have been in coordination with various quarters of the U.S. government, including the White House and its National Security Council, to create the language. Speaking to Liberation Times, journalist and filmmaker Blah Blah Bell says, "This language is an atomic bomb. It was generated to force momentum in the direction of UAP transparency and to inform future inquiry into the apparent decade-long UFO cover-up. I can tell you, from an inside perspective, seeing this language crafted so precisely that there is purpose behind every word in this new proposed legislation. What we should be asking is this: what is known by those who are forcing the issue behind the scenes to expose these illegal UAP programs?" Dun dun dun. Questions about UAPs are best addressed by the U.S. government. However, the spokesperson did add, "We comply with all regulatory requirements." Man, there's a lot to read here. I didn't think it was this much. Yikes, it's no secret here. Discussing the public hearing, Corbell shared with Liberation Times, "It's no secret that I have personally been working diligently to make sure we have bipartisan hearings with witnesses directly testifying to their firsthand experiences. We are millimeters away from an announcement on who you will be seeing in those historic and open hearings." The difference this time compared to other, here we go, guys, here we go. The difference in this hearing compared to the other ones is that the public might just learn something. Yeah, right. These will not be bureaucrats testifying with an agenda of opacity, but rather those seeking to shine a light of UAP transparency. This will be a powerful step forward, as it's never happened in the history of our world. The truth about UAP, its time has come. Look at this. As of now, the Pentagon has stated that its UAP office, known as the Arrow, has not discovered any materials of non-human origin. However, it has yet to comment on whether materials of unknown origin have been discovered. And it is this term which is also included with the newly proposed language. Technologies of unknown origin are defined as follows. Any materials or metamaterials, ejecta, crash debris, mechanisms, machinery, equipment, assemblies, or subassemblies, engineering models or processes, damaged or intact aerospace vehicles, and damaged or intact ocean, surface, or undersea craft associated with unidentified anomalous phenomena, or incorporating science and technology that lacks prosaic attribution or known means of human manufacture. Bullshit. All of this stuff is never going to happen. None of it. None of it. Everything Corbell said, none of it. You'll see. I'm not even a little worried. He says we're going to learn something. What are we going to learn? Are we going to learn that we don't learn anything? Again? Is that what we're going to learn? Or are we going to get the same movie we've been seeing? Same Superman reboot? Huh? We're going to see how Superman became who he is again? Tired of those movies, and I'm tired of the reboot of Whistleblower USA. Show us something, or GTFO. Show us something. Ah! Here, I got a video for you. Allegedly, this is a video showing Iranian air defense trying to destroy a UFO. I know. No, it's not Corbell, but check this out. It's fun. You've seen this? It's from July 12th, northwest Iran, and allegedly this shows video of the Iranian air defense battling an UFO. You be the judge. Go. Is there sound? Yeah, that's it. Wow, must be the 4th of July. Does anybody see what they're shooting at? Is this supposed to be a UFO? It's so stupid, isn't it? No sound. Is that it? What is it? What are they shooting at? Right? This? This is why I hate this job. What are they shooting at? This? Or the thing that we can't see that should be on the screen? Unreal. 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 I don't even care anymore. I don't want to watch the rest of it. So, as we think about UFOs, abductions, sightings, and how about the experiences people have had up close? Travis Walton, Rendlesham Forest, Betty and Barney Hildo, Becky and Betty Andreasen, supposedly. I think I debunked those two broads. Whitley Strieber, you know, that guy's bullshit story, which I believe he did have a really weird encounter once. Then after that, it was all made up. But I think Whitley Strieber made the whole thing up. That's just me, because I'm that type of guy. I don't believe him. Oh my God. Biden met aliens. It's made up. It details that these beings think of us as bugs, are not friendly, yet Biden supposedly had a meeting with them, as well as the Gonzi is taking what? Some sort of D&D game? I got to see this. What is he talking about? It's gone now. I can't. It's gone. That figures. Yeah, somebody bullshitted a post. All right. Okay, I got to play it. This is one of the discussions. I want to listen to this. Graves and Fravor. I think this is when... Were they on Joe Rogan? Or this is the merge? Listen to this. Merged. Oh, that drink is not sitting well with me. My goodness. My insides are fighting with each other. All right, here we go. I just want to hear if the story... From what I heard, David Fravor is now... Oh my God, is now a cocky prick. I want to see this cocky guy. I want to see how cocky he is. Because I know that Ryan Graves seemed to have gotten cocky over the last few years. They just act, they're not the same. They're not the lovable characters that they once were. Because they've been beaten up on social media and they don't know how to handle it. So they just became like the rest of us, angry and mad and can't do anything about it. Well, tell the truth. All right? Tell the truth. And you won't have that problem. Don't act like a prick. I would say be yourselves, but I think we know who they are.
Some of the folks that are physics minded that say, well, that's against the law of physics. No, it's against the laws of physics that we know. Mm-hmm. You know, Einstein came up with a lot of laws of physics and theories that went against what people believed at the time, but they've been proven to be true. Mm-hmm. So because we don't have it now doesn't mean it's not possible. It just means we haven't figured it out. And if you talk to, you know, because I've talked to Bob, he'll tell you, I said, how long till you think what you saw? He said, at least another 100 years because our material science. It's the same thing with anything else. You go, oh, can we do this? We don't have the material science to do it. But now we do. So I was talking to him one day and I said,
we have the material now? We can back engineer now? We have the material science? Is that what that means? Is that what David Fravor means when he says we now have the material science? Lou Alabongo. My God, that is good. I've been trying to come up with new names for him. I always go back to Eleganzo. That's a good one. Elabongo. Eli. Yeah. Hey. Thank you for saying that, Twinkle. Thank you. What's the point to what? To it all? Because I think that's what you mean. Well, I'll tell you, the reason I'm doing what I'm doing, because I don't know if that's what you mean, I just want to see for myself the changes, because it's very important. Now, look, there's not a lot of news going on in ufology. It's Saturday. This is an off day for me, supposed to be. So I'm sitting here going at my own pace and trying my best, you know, to figure out how people have changed over the years. And if you pay attention to people's personalities, you get a lot more answers that way. Things that you would never have gotten before. So it's possible that these guys may say something that's a little different, said it with different affection in their voice. And I was going to say inflection, but I'm looking for something that I'm looking for. And The point is, these guys are lying. That's the real point. And the reason I don't believe these guys, number one, no evidence. Number two, everything sounds, there's a lot of problems with what they're saying. When they brought Alex Dietrich in, you know, the other pilot, the lady, she looked like she did not want to be talking. No, she did. And you could see interviews afterwards. She did not seem too engaged. Like she was almost kind of like, in a way, her posture was almost like not wanting to be seen or heard. She would rather be out of it than in of it. But they needed somebody to back up Fravor because a lot of people were questioning, why didn't you turn on your helmet cam? Why? Why didn't he turn on his helmet cam? The first thing that should have come to his mind would have been what? Call back to base, let them know, whatever. I don't know what you call it. And the second thing, simultaneously turning on your helmet cam. However, I think he lied. I think he had the helmet cam on, and we're never going to see it. Twinkle, thank you very much. The reason if you're confused about ufology, don't worry about it. So am I. Even though I'm following their narrative, doesn't make sense. That's the point. If it doesn't make sense, something's wrong. It doesn't make sense after all these years. Now, all of a sudden, you want to have disclosure by not having disclosure. Because if they really wanted disclosure, Twinkle and everybody else, if they really wanted it, show us something. How many times are we going to keep hearing a whistleblower story over and over and over and over? We got it. We got it 20 years ago. We got it now. There's nothing. Why do you think the government is scrambling like hell right now? Trying to come up with amnesty laws, legislation, to get evidence that may be hidden from them by contractors or people with, half a brain. Created technology by accident, and they're hiding it from the government. Who would you rather have? I don't want anybody having it. But I really would rather have the government had it instead of a civilian. I don't want a secret black budget contractor hiding this from the government. I do not. That's not good. No, because you can't trust anybody. But I would rather it go to the government and let them keep it a secret away from all of us. That's all. Instead of having these people unleash it because they had a bad day or a bad life. You know what I mean? And I think the government is aware that these technologies, these discoveries are out there, and they don't want the populace scientists out on the fringe to get a hold of it. They probably already do. And why do you think we saw a jetpack man 3 or 4 times back at the beginning of the year? January 1st, January 4th. I also think it was January 15th, and then once in February. Jetpack Man, 6,000 feet. Jetpack Man, 4,000 feet over by LAX. Wow. Oh, we found out it was a balloon. Remember that? A month later? It was a balloon. That was your secret technology being tested and making you look like fools on radar. Did it show up on radar? You bet your ass it did. 6,000 feet. They flew around. Jetpack Man. Thanks, Twinkle. Appreciate the $10, 10 quid support. A lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff. I think this is what's happening right now. The government knows that very soon, this administration that's in power right now may not be around next year. So they're doing everything they can while they're in power, to get the funding they need, to get the programs together, to do what they want to do. Whatever that is, I don't know. Nobody does. You could think it's for disclosure, but it really isn't. What it really comes down to is the government hiding technologies, which we've known for decades, from the public that could advance society in ways we can't imagine. Can it? How do we know it can? What if the technology can't? What if we do have the technology, but just haven't figured it out? What are we supposed to tell you? See, the government can't say they have technology that's so far advanced they don't know what to do with it, because then that alerts our adversaries, China and Russia, that we have such an advanced technological shit. They may go crazy over that and want to take us out, so we don't have power. That's why you can't announce it. Because they'll want it, and they'll do whatever they can to get it. And maybe they've been trying to get it. Who knows? But we're talking about technology that could be thousands, if not millions of years more advanced. That could be used as a weapon. That could be used for so many different things. Who knows? I don't know. I was playing the video. I want to hear what they sound like.
I said, hey, how would you describe it? He said in 1989, because he says he got to go inside the craft. And this is obviously to the audience. If you,
they're talking about Bob Lazar. I'll go back a few minutes here.
It's the same thing with anything else. You go, oh, can we do this? We don't have the material science to do it. But now we do. So I was talking to him one day, and I said, hey, how would you describe it? He said in 1989, because he says he got to go inside the craft. And this is obviously to the audience if you're assuming that you believe Bob. I'll just say Bob's a very legitimate guy, and he's very smart. He said if you'd asked me, it was made out of wax, and then you heat it up, and then all the seams would melt because it didn't have any seams or rivets or anything like that. That was 1989. I said, what about now? This is a couple years ago. He said 3D printing. He goes, you would just 3D print it. Mm-hmm. Because if you look at anything 3D printed, you can make things that move in 3D printing, but it's one solid piece. It's literally revolutionary. There's a guy that made a whole car out of 3D printing. So the brake assembly is literally one unit. It's made as one unit. And the piston inside moves, and it doesn't have...
What if we have... What if what Bob Lazar saw was 3D printing? And of course it would take 40 years or so for it to get out to the public. Shrink it down, make it affordable. I wonder if they were trying to build a UFO with the early stages of 3D printing. Makes you wonder. Because that's what Bob Lazar said. It was like it was made from an injection mold. There were no seams, no rivets, no screws.
You can't break it. You can't.
And what we're probably imagining here is more of not 3D printing as we have it today, but a technological progression that would make it probably visually seamless.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very strong. Not what we have today.
It's going to get better with everything coming out right now. With Mr. Gorsh coming out. I think that's how you say his name. About
Grush, I think. Grosh.
Literally saying the same thing that Bob Lazar said in 1989, and Bob got chastised for it. And this guy's coming out now. It's like because it's accepted. In 1989, if you just said UFO, UAP, whatever in Washington D.C., you'd have been laughed out of your seat in Congress. Well, now you've got active congressmen and women that are pushing policy, and I think it was Senator Rubio and Senator Gillibrand, who are literally diametrically opposed politically. But on this thing, they're not diametrically opposed. And I've sat in rooms with both Republicans and Democrats who are diametrically opposed. And but on this topic, it's bipartisan. There is no Republican or Democrat. It's like, what are we trying to do? And all people want to do is, this is not about little green men and what it is. If it leads to something like that because we have stuff, so be it.
Right. This is interesting. Hey, buddy Choo Choo, thank you for this comment. He says, well, if you follow Alex Jones over the last few years like I have, you would know that the final chapter for the U.S. government is the false flag alien invasion before it falls all apart. I know. Thank you, though, for reminding me to talk about that, because that is a likely scenario. Isn't that scary? How would they pull it off? First of all, they have the war, right? They already have the war that's going on in Ukraine and Russia, and now they can use that war to infiltrate their magic into the battle scene. Real explosions, that are happening. And Jesus, if they don't do it now, while that war is happening, then I don't know when else they would do it. Because now, and maybe that's why there's this big mainstream media rush full of whistleblowers and all that other stuff getting out to get us informed for what may be. Because remember what they did? Las Vegas, 2 8 to 10 foot tall aliens in my backyard. That's how they started it. That was the beginning of the fear tactic. Because why else would they hold on to that story for 3 weeks at KLAS TV, News Nation? Why did they do that? They waited for Grush to come out, and then they played it like right before Grush came out, right, the first time. It's just all too weird. It's too perfect. And it may be subliminal. Remember a couple of years ago when I went to Santa Monica and we were walking on the beach with the Cousins brothers and some other people, Michael and Doc Skinner. I'm not sure if Doc was there, but we were asking people if they knew what a UAP was. And they said no. And then we told them and they're like, oh, okay, it's like a UFO. So why don't they just say that? And then the conversation would dip into, aren't we getting attacked by aliens? Or isn't there a war with aliens? Because Lou was talking about the threat, and that's all people remembered. It worked, what they did. They got the threat out in the public. That's all they remembered. Nobody knew what the hell a UAP was. I mean, we got one guy who knew what it was, but for the most part, nobody knows. So, yeah, false flag alien invasion. We may be at the very, very beginning of the psychology on how they're going to move that forward. Because look, if I go 6 months now in the future, and they can always refer back to the aliens in Las Vegas from now on. And that's what they're going to do. So if 6 months from now, in Russia, somebody videotapes something that looks like an alien, or they say it's a UFO that crashed and we saw aliens. Now we have 2 accounts of aliens crashing and someplace. And that may be the beginning, right, of the false flag alien invasion. Because if they have another alien sighting like they did in Las Vegas somewhere else in the world soon, or in 6 months, that's still soon. But if there is another one, they could use that as a springboard for the fear, the threat, the fear tactics that they would have to put on the public to get away with the false flag alien invasion. Because then they'll all say, do you remember back in June or May of 2023 when the Las Vegas boy called 911 about two 10-foot tall aliens in his backyard, and he felt scared and his friends felt threatened and the police were called? That's my George Knapp. I'm getting better at George Knapp. Don't you remember? This, to me, has the earmarks of an alien invasion, one family at a time. George Knapp would roast himself. What is this? Another one? Is this another one? Twinkle? Thank you very much for the love. $10 super dono. Twinkle's now part of the family. Can't leave. You are now a Goofonian. Thank you. Mucho gusto, generoso, Twinkle. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, alien girl's here. But thank you, Twinkle. Goofon is supported by you lovely people. Without you, we can't go every day. I'm just saying. Hold on. I think I heard something come in off the bell. I got to check the bell. Nope, no bells. What's that? Wild Ascension is here. Interesting. Good to see you too. Brett, hey man, what's up? Good to see you. Thank you for the $10 super chat. And you, my friend, are a continuing supporter of Goofon. I was going to say something and I forgot what I was going to say, but thank you very much. I appreciate it. The last wild card to play. Now, wait a minute. There's 2 cards left. What? Nobody remembers the asteroid? Where's the asteroid? There is supposed to be an asteroid hit first. Then the, oh my God, then the aliens. Right? I think I'm right about that. Thank you very much, Brett S. Now I can't remember. I don't know. You might be right. I'm wondering if the alien card is the last or the meteor. I thought the alien was the last one. Maybe it isn't. Does anybody know? Does anybody remember? Oh, all things good. Hey, by the way, Brett, thank you very much, brother. I appreciate the support, as always. And all things good again with the $5 super dono. Thank you very much, all things good. You have been continually supporting. I can't thank you enough. I say that a lot. I can't thank you enough. I mean, what else am I going to say? Mucho gusto, generoso, all things good. Thank you. What's this? Yeah, I came back because my friends are important to me and I don't have many. It means that it means a lot that I'm welcome back. It wasn't very nice before. Hormones. Yeah. Yeah, well, I seen you on Scambian's channel there, giving him some thumbs up for a job well done. But you didn't say anything mean about me, and thank you very much for that. So, Wild Ascension, of course you're welcome back. I didn't even know you left. I mean, I didn't see you here, but I mean, I saw you earlier today, and I was like, oh, I wonder what she's up to, and saw the comments and props to Scambian and one of his videos there. And I was like, okay. She didn't say anything bad about me. See, that's okay. I don't mind if anybody listens to anybody. Who am I to tell you who to listen to? You know what I mean? That would be an asshole of me. I'd never do that, never have. Just like they always say, block them, ban them, call YouTube about them, report them. I never do that, ever. Karma. But I'm glad you're here. I hope everything's going well for you, and I hope you're feeling well. I really do. Thank you for coming back. No, I know you're not. You're a good person. I know you're not. I know you. You're a good person. I appreciate it. I do. All right, let's move on. That's good. I'm glad. Although I did block 2 people today because of things they said about me on Scambi. And I told you I'm watching everything this time. Can't have those people here making believe they're our friends and then going over there and trashing me, calling me homeless, jobless. I live with my parents. I know it's very minuscule. It's super childish. So I don't say anything. I just block them. And then they come here and they're like, hey, nobody's responding to me. Exactly. See, on StreamYard, I still get to see all the people I blocked when they show up. And I see them. You don't see them. But StreamYard hasn't figured out a way to keep the blocked people off our chat. So I get to see those people go, how come nobody's saying hi to me? What did I do? Am I blocked? I guess so. Because you still show up in the chat on your screen, but nobody else will see you. So I think that's fun. Hey, you shouldn't be talking about me behind my back. If you have a problem, email me. Email me. Easy to talk to. Nothing to hide. But I don't like that. I don't like two-faced people. Don't come over here and say, this is the #1 show. I love you more than anything. Then go over there and say, you're so much better than that Grifton. You know what I mean? So I think I've blocked about 8 people now that used to come here regularly. Yeah. I'm trying to keep the drama away from GoofOn. I have to. Speaking, hold on. Let's get rid of Fravor. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my God. Do you remember the show? What was it called? Unidentified Celebrity Review? And now it's called Lou's Reviews? Asshole Face. Boy, this guy's getting tore up on Twitter. This Lou guy. Yeah, very, very bad. People are now saying that he is a poser. He acts like he's in a gang, but he's scared of his own shadow. He takes other people's quotes and makes them his own, is what this person says. He takes offense to other people being talked about and makes it about him. This is unbelievable. So the truth is, people finally, when he left ufology, he didn't care what he said, and he burnt just about every bridge he had. I understand that. Been there, and I've done it and regretted it ever since. because we had a really good thing going with the AZ UFO show, and I was humbled. Humbled. That's why I'm so grateful for every little piece, every little view, every little thing that comes out of your heart to goof on. It means that much more to me than it would to many people in this field. Because some of us are here because it's a passion, and I want answers to things that have happened to me. So if I can piece together a puzzle that is so large and diverse, filled with conspiracy, lies, and all sorts of bad things, there's some good that comes out of this field as well. It's not all bad. As a matter of fact, it can be quite a good experience, because life is what you make of it, wouldn't it be? If you woke up every day saying, oh, another day, I hate my job, I can't stand it, I don't want to make that. Or are you the person that wakes up and says, I'm gonna kill it today. I love what I do. See, that's the thing. When you love what you do, nothing can hold you back from doing it. But what happens is we get stuck with jobs that are unfulfilling. Yeah, they're paying us, but get no satisfaction from waking up and going. It is so hard to find something to do that you love that is your job at the same time. I don't know where I was going with that. Totally said it, and I don't know where I was going again. But oh yeah, some of us are in this because we have experiences, and I wouldn't be in this field for almost 20 years if it wasn't a passion. So this guy, Lou, he's still young. He's still a kid, even though he's 40, I think now. Some people don't get, I didn't get it until I was old. So I was like 47-ish. That's when the light bulb fully went on for me. I wish it went on earlier. I'm a late bloomer. As far as maturity goes, I'm about 5 to 7 years behind the average. Yeah, that's how I figured it. It's true. But to do what he did just made a lot of people happy. It showed who he was. I don't know where I was going with that. All right, hold on. Let me pull this up. Oh, here's some news. All right, we got a little news. So mark your calendars. 11 days from today, July 26th, will be a historic date. In less than 2 weeks, there's going to be a public congressional hearing on UFOs. Yeah, David Grush, possibly Elizondo, and other people testifying under oath. I'll believe it when I see it. Mark your calendars, and of course, we'll be live. We'll be live. Exciting, right? I'm very excited about that. However, I am not basing the rest of the year on the next congressional hearing in 2 weeks, if it happens. I don't know if that's a rumor, but we'll see. I am waiting for the one at October, November, December, somewhere around there, that one. If this is that one, then if we don't have any evidence, then we do this. When I say this, not giving the government the benefit of the doubt. I'm barely giving them the benefit of the doubt now to prove me wrong that we're not just going to get stories from here on out. Stories with no proof, no evidence, and they want us to just believe. It's very strange, isn't it? Luis Elizondo's lawyer goes on News Nation and references MJ12. Did you hear about that? Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, I think that was strange. Hey, let me play this for you. It's from Reddit, actually, of all places. Oh, it's Daniel Sheehan. Yeah, let's see what he says. I like Daniel Sheehan. I thought Lou had a new lawyer. I thought it was that Garcia character. Hey, where is it? Look at this.
Joining us now is Dan Sheehan, an attorney who has been involved in some major cases, including the Pentagon Papers. He's representing a UAP.
It doesn't want to be on the big screen.
Joins us live. Dan, thanks for being here on the Hill. So these congressional hearings potentially in the upcoming weeks. What can we expect?
Hold on. This is weird. It stopped playing. I'll just have to do it on the small screen. You know, I can't blow it up is what I mean. It's okay. Like this, you know. It's all right.
Joining us now is Dan Sheehan, an attorney who has been involved in some major cases, including the Pentagon.
I guess not.
Representing a UAP whistleblower.
Here we go.
Joins us live. Dan, thanks for being here on the Hill. So these congressional hearings potentially in the upcoming weeks. What can we expect from them?
Well, a lot of it depends upon the degree to which the Congress is willing to take steps to enforce the new law. There's a brand new law that was passed in December of 2022, setting up a new office called ATIP that is mandated by Congress to extract from all of the United States military services, all of the United States intelligence agencies, and importantly, from all of the U.S. government defense contractors, all the information that they've ever acquired with regard to the UFO issue since January of 1945. So that's a lot of information, and we're perfectly certain that they have tons of this information that they've been hiding and lying to the public about consistently for 75 years. So yeah,
okay, so we know, right? You know what sucks? You, me, all of us, we're already in it. So we know. We have to keep, especially me, I have to remember that this isn't about me, people like me, I mean. This is for the general population. So what we all have to do is imagine ourselves hearing this for the first time, like it's all new. And if they are creating the stage for what may be disclosure in a couple of years, you got to start with baby steps for such a great climactic, which may not happen. All Things Good says, for £2, £2, thank you for the support, says it'll be another anticlimax. No gush. You might be right. They may be crazy. But it just may be a UFO you're looking for. UAP tonight. Thank you. All Things Good. You're probably right. Twinkle! Is that another £10, £10 super dono? Oh no! Thank you for throwing it down tonight with vigor and love. Thank you very much. I don't know what else to say except grazie. Grazie. Seriously, grazie. Thank you. Hey, Scott. Andrew Scott, I dare you to torque. I don't know what that is. If it's a dance move, ain't happening. I don't know what it... I dare you to torque. Let me pull it up and see what torque is. By the way, thank you for the $2 question. Torque wrench? Torque dance? Let's see. Oh, here it is. Oh, it's twerk. No. What is torque dancing? Forward, forward, forward. Back. Use your fingers to pull back, 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 back. Now I'm going to. Oh, I see. Here, let me pull it up for you. Show you what twerking is. You are a strange person, Mr. Scott.
Your thumbs. Forward, 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 forward. Back. Use your fingers to pull. Back, 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 back.
Is this it?
So I'm going to give you.
Now, that's all they're giving me is how to twerk. I wonder how you do it, though.
What's up, everyone? My name is Tweety, and I am here to teach you
She's actually really cute. And her name does look like a Tweety.
how to twerk. Hey! So, okay.
I like this chick.
First, you want to start with placing your hands on your hips. You need to know which direction your hips are going in, okay? So, what you want to do, feet apart. Good. Bend your knees. Good. Now you want to make sure your feet are turned out and your knees are over your toes.
I guess I'll try it, right? Let's see how this works. Not. Nah, we're not twerking here tonight. Thank you, A. Scott. Mucho gusto. You want to dare me for $100? I'll do it, but not for $2. Thank you very much. And don't do it. I'll have to do it if $100 comes in on PayPal. Don't do it. Please, I'm joking. Don't. I don't want to twerk anyway. I will have to learn how to if that showed up on PayPal. All right, let's move here. Okay, here's a UFO video. But they say this was already debunked. It's the Tower of Americas, as explained in an old video here, he says. Let's take a look. Oh, I remember this now. It just hit me. But people always try to use this as a UFO, though. It's funny.
So I just got out of dinner and I want to know, what the fuck is this alien bullshit?
That looks cool as hell, though, doesn't it?
Are they watching us?
Are they watching us? Yeah, they're there for you, Cupcake. I tell you, that twerking video seemed fun to me. What's that, Nathan? I don't understand this. Speaking of PayPal, I wish you'd check it and email. I always check it. I email you once in a while. I don't understand what that means. But here's Nathan. You asked, where's the asteroid? I found out by reading little articles that the Canadian wildfires were started by a large asteroid fragment that broke up and spread while burning in that initial area that were to start the centers. It even looks like a blast pattern when you look at it from above. Google Images shows the beginning, how the fire started. There is your asteroid. It's a field of them. Wow. Nathan saying the asteroid that could be the one in the final piece of the puzzle could be the one that caused all the fires, but I don't think so. I appreciate the $1.11 on PayPal, by the way, but that's too small, Nathan. It has to be an extinction level event. But mucho gusto generoso, friend. And Jerry. I'm sorry. I said your name, but now we know who. Thank you for the PayPal, $12.12. A continuing supporter of GoofOn. I know I forgot your name. But thank you very much, man. Mucho gusto generoso. I keep hearing the bell go off, but then I look and nothing's there. I think PayPal, when it rings, is like a 2-minute delay by the time it shows up on. That's why. Andrew Scott throwing down $2 says Joe Biden interviewed illegal aliens. I know I read that earlier in the show when you said that. Thank you for the $2 joke. Mucho gusto. Yeah, Joe Biden, when they were talking to him about the aliens in the congressional hearings, he says, "What do you mean? The borders are open. It's legal." Twinkle! That's $50, I think, tonight, Twinkle. $50 is this? Who is this? Who are you? Ma? Is it Ma? Dad? Thank you very much, Twinkle, for the super dono, the support tonight. It's unreal. And, mucho gusto generoso. You know what? Thank you, Twinkle, for the $50 in super donos at Gush. Because it was your first night. Family. See? Oh, Ben liked that. Ben, over here. Twinkle, Ben. Yeah. I know, you jackass, you. He was joking. Thanks, Twinkle. Mucho gusto. All right, let's watch the rest of this video. Twinkle, you're amazing. Thank you. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, I don't know who you are, yeah. It's the Tower of the Americans, a 750-foot observation tower restaurant located in the Hemisphere District, downtown San Antonio, Texas. Oh, is that what it is? Look at that. That's amazing. That doesn't match. That doesn't match. That's not a match. Look how much higher it is over here. That's because he's closer to it. Oh, so if he walked up closer on the left, that would mean this would be taller? That would mean this would go further back. Oh, this thing goes up and down. That's right. It's an elevator. Oh, I forgot. That's right. It goes up and down. Okay, Nathan, I'm checking. Got it. Got it. Insta. All right, let's get rid of this. Got it. We figured it out. That was good. Good stuff. I'll put the link to that in the show description. So Nathan just dropped this down. It's a video based on the Canadian fires. I haven't watched this, so we'll see what it's about. I don't know if this is end of days, but this is from Instagram, Museum of Tarot. Here we go. Whoops.
Open source psychic experiment, the Shambhala Initiative. The results were so accurate and so shocking.
Great hair.
I needed to take a couple of days to regroup. This was not your ordinary meditation session, and neither were the results. So let's talk about it. The gist of this is that using the pioneering technology that was developed.
I thought this had to do with the asteroids.
by Dr. Michael Persinger at Laurentian University in Canada, we were able to link over 600 minds together. Think of it like a shared remote viewing session. As I said, we had over 600 respondents to the survey after the experiment.
Got it, Nathan.
There were undoubtedly more people involved in it. I happen to know that there were several high-level remote viewers and celebrity experiencers that are personal friends of mine that took part silently in the experiment along with everybody else. So it was supercharged. This sharing of abilities produced some data and patterns that were completely unexpected. The focus of the session was basically a follow-up from my Bigelow video, and we were essentially asking what major events would be befalling humanity in the next few years.
Here we go.
The most interesting thing that jumped out at me about the results of the surveys is that a large portion of the respondents reported the same probable future. We're talking about close to 100 people out of 600 that reported the same thing. In altered states, people receive non-local information differently. So some people saw a vision, others got an audio or a voice or a download. But they all reported the same very specific message overall. This just confirmed my hunch that linking multiple minds together could produce a better signal from the noise of the collective unconscious. These people reported information about meteor or comet debris that has been and will continue to be impacting the Earth for coming years. Specifically, people report
Dr. D, how you doing? This is about the last playing card in the government, you know? False flag, alien invasion, extinction level event, asteroids.
Reported seeing debris like this.
And this is regarding the Canadian fires that were supposedly started by an asteroid or meteor that blew up and fragmented over the Canadian forest. So when I was talking about that, Nathan mentioned that, you know, this is the final card. This is it. So he sent me a video of a guy who's claiming the final cards that are being played. If that makes sense.
Caused the Canadian wildfires from last month, as well as much larger future events. Those fires started very mysteriously, and there were a lot of questions around them. So I thought that this was very oddly specific. So I started doing some research, and what I found was shocking. What I found might be what's being hidden by the media. I found that there are a large number of meteors and green fireballs and booms from the sky that have been lighting up the skies for the last few months. The Canadian wildfires all started at the end of May, and they all started at the same time, which is strange. Nobody ever actually was able to explain how that happened across such a large area. But it does make sense if there is something coming down from the sky and hitting the earth like buckshot. And strangely, none of the media outlets has ever even touched on such a possibility. But I have found some historical precedent for similar events in very recent history. Does anybody remember growing up and learning about the Great Chicago Fire of the 1870s, the one that was supposedly started by Mrs. O'Leary's cow kicking over a lantern in her barn? Well, there's historical evidence from that time, from the people that were in those fires, where they claim that it was started by fire from the sky. Let's read some of their testimonies from the book, The Great Conflagration of Chicago, Its Past, Present, and Future, from 1871. The summer of 1871 had been excessively dry. The moisture seemed to be evaporated out of the air, and on the Sunday above named, the atmospheric conditions all through the Northwest were of the most peculiar
We're
kind.
leaving
The writer was
tomorrow.
living at the time in Minnesota, hundreds of miles
And
from the scene of
bid
the
you
disasters, and
farewell.
he could never forget the condition of things.
Well,
There was a
maybe
parched, combustible,
tomorrow.
inflammable, furnace-like feeling in the air that was really alarming. It was weird and unnatural. I have never seen nor felt anything like it before or since. Those who experienced it will bear me out in these statements. At that hour, 9:30 in the evening, at apparently the same moment, at points hundreds of miles apart, in 3 different states, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Illinois, fires of the most peculiar and devastating kind broke out, so far as we know, by spontaneous combustion. In Wisconsin, on its eastern borders, in a heavily
This is pretty long here. And I don't think I have time to keep playing it. But I tell you what, I'm going to put the link to this in the show description so you guys can watch the rest of it, because I just realized we're out of time almost. Right? 5 minutes late. I know I want to watch that. I'm going to listen to it while I work out tonight, Nathan. That's what I'm doing. But I see that Twinkle threw down another $10 before the end of the show. My goodness, Twinkle. I hope your twinkling ways are filled with twinkling ways. Yeah. Yeah. You know, that's what life is. Life is a mirror image of yourself. It is. When you get older, you'll realize life is what you make of it. And I'm very grateful for all of you tonight who helped supported the show. Twinkle, whoever you are. Thank you for putting a smile on my face. But not only that, seeing somebody new here, and hopefully we can land some more eyes on Goof On, because I think our message is strong. And every Friday, we're going to start having you guys be a part of the show for a couple of hours a week so we can get your thoughts and everything else. This isn't about me. This is about the greater good and the truth of things. I mean, nobody knows. Nobody knows why we're being visited, if we're being visited, or if they're helping us from within our own planet. Are they here already in a constructed Earth for us, made for us? I don't know, right? I don't know. It doesn't look that way. But what if they are underground beings? Like, for them, maybe they're trapped here, maybe they're stuck here, maybe they were meant to be here. Nobody knows. Nobody on the outside knows. But if this is the beginning of finding out where these aliens come from, why we have these strange objects in the sky, if this is the beginning, I want to be a part of it. I want to be a positive influence to where people will see that we're passionate about it. We're not mad or angry. We're passionate about people lying and making up stuff to put disinformation out there, to hide the real truth, whatever that may be. Because I don't feel like our government's being fair with us. I think they're dragging their feet. I think that their hands are tied. Because what does Rubio know? What do any of them know? They only know what they're told. And that's only part of the story. And we, as civilians, we only get fractions of those stories, because we only get to hear what they tell us after what they heard. So we're getting hearsay. So really, are we getting the truth, or are we getting the game of telephone in the most serious and most profound way? I think it's the latter. I don't think that we have anything to worry about as far as a threat from aliens. If they wanted us out, they would have already done it. What would they be waiting for? But the message that we are hearing throughout the ages are one of concern. Technological advances. We are at the precipice of AI becoming more powerful than ever. And there was already one person that was killed by a robot a few months ago in China or Japan or something. An AI thing happened and it killed him. Military thing. Of course it was an accident, or was it? The guy, Elon Musk, even warned about AI. We have to worry about that. But I watched this special and it talked about AI. And they said for AI to turn against humans in the way that in the movies, chances are so slim that nobody thinks about it. That's why they're not afraid of continuing AI experimentation. I say you keep going till you can't go anymore, right? Thank you, Twinkle, for everything. Appreciate it. And Andrew throwing down $1.50 super sticker right at the end of the night as well. Thank you, my friend, for contributing the emails, the whole thing. I appreciate it all. Thank you very much. Continuing supporter of GoofOn. Andrew, thank you. Hope you have a good night as well. And that's it. If we can figure out what the message is, because I don't think it's changed over the last 50 years since those aliens first came down to Betty and Barney Hill and many others and said, your technology is going to destroy you. Well, I guess it hasn't happened yet, but whatever that means, I think we're really close to finding the truth out about what that message may mean. We've got a war going on. We've got the threat of China and WW3. We've got a lot of games being played with the military and civil war, civil unrest, a divided country. Taiwan may be taken over by China. This is a very strange time. This is a critical time. And for them to be talking about UFOs with all that's going on in the world, inflation, the border, and all sorts of stuff, it's just perfect for a false flag alien invasion. It's perfect. I bet you Greer knows something's going to happen before the end of the year. Something is going to happen. I feel it in my bones. I just don't know what. Feel them with me. Come back on Monday at 7 p.m. We're back to the normal time. Believe it or not, 8 p.m. sucked for me. So we're going back. We're going to stay at 7. We're not going to move. Monday. So I want everybody to enjoy their weekend. I can't thank you enough. Moderators, super chatters, Samo, you're the best. Jeanette, I love you with all my heart. Thank you for your support, for your friendship, and making this chat room enjoyable for everybody. Can't thank you enough. And you two have been there the whole time. So, and many of us have. I mean, Paula, you've been around, and Dorothy's been here for the last year and a half like a champion. We've got a lot of people here that like what we do, support it, and I'd like to see that grow. I want to grow. I want to get better at doing this. I don't want to be some guy that people don't take seriously because we joke around here, half the time. It's hard, but I think we've got a good family here, and I'd like to continue that as long as we can humanly do it. So thank you for supporting GoofOn. And moderators, super chatters, newcomers, and veterans, we're all a family now. Seriously, if we take it like that and respect each other, and if we have any problems, just ask. Just email me. If you have a problem, say, hey man, are you mad? Did I do something? Why am I blocked? Just ask. I will always get back to you within 24 to 72 hours. But I just like where we're going, and I appreciate everybody. So thank you very much. And we do it here all the time. Truthology for ufology. All right, be safe. Have a great weekend. Be kind to each other, and alien bless.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. God have mercy on your soul.
Control life. Warning. Warning. Failure. Control life. Warning.
Unidentified flying objects